Huzzah.
The original Crip Walk, guys.
Why lie about who you are? Why lie to your viewers?
Money makes you crazy all the time, yeah. Money makes you crazy, makes you lose your mind. Can you hear me now? Money makes you crazy all the time, yeah. Money makes you crazy, makes you lose your mind. It turns sister against brother, father against son, cousin against cousin when the wrong is done. Hand stretched out for a piece of the pie. Forget about kindness when somebody dies. I say now, money makes you crazy all the time. Can't hear you now. Money makes you crazy, makes you lose your mind. Can't hear you now. Money makes you crazy all the time. Yeah, money makes you crazy, makes you lose your mind. Long lost relatives you never knew come crawling out the woodwork to claim their due. Friends you've known your whole life through will stab you in the back to claim a lottery pool. I say now, money makes you crazy all the time. Can't hear you now. Money makes you crazy, makes you lose your mind. Money makes you crazy all the time, yeah. Money makes you crazy, makes you lose your mind. Long lost relatives you never knew come crawling out the woodwork to claim their due. Hands stretched out for a piece of the pie. Forget about kindness when somebody dies. Sister against brother, father against son, cousin against cousin when the wrong is done. I say now,
money makes you crazy,
can't hear
makes
y'all.
you crazy all the time.
Yeah, money makes you crazy, makes you lose your mind. Can't hear you now. Money makes you crazy all the time. Yeah, money makes you crazy, makes you lose your mind. Woo. All right.
Don't you know you better run, 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 run. Oh, I said you better run, 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 run. It's finally the tables are starting to turn. Talking about a revolution. Yes, finally the tables are starting to turn. Talking about a revolution, oh, no. Talking about a revolution, oh.
Woo, you sure gotta climb a lot of steps to get to this Capitol building here in Washington. Well, I wonder who that sad little scrap of paper is.
I'm just a bill, yes, I'm only a bill, and I'm sitting here on Capitol Hill. Well, it's a long, long journey to the capital city. It's a long, long wait while I'm sitting in committee, but I know I'll be a law someday. At least I hope and pray that I will, but today I am still just a bill.
Gee, Bill, you certainly have a lot of patience and courage.
Well, I got this far. When I started, I wasn't even a bill. I was just an idea. Some folks back home decided they wanted a law passed, so they called their local congressman, and he said, "You're right, there ought to be a law." Then he sat down and wrote me out and introduced me to Congress, and I became a bill. And I'll remain a bill until they decide to make me a law. I'm just a bill, yes, I'm only a bill, and I got as far as Capitol Hill. Well, now I'm stuck in committee, and I'll sit here and wait while a few key congressmen discuss and debate whether they should let me be a law. I hope and pray that they will, but today I am still just a bill.
Listen to those congressmen arguing. Is all that discussion and debate about you?
Yeah, I'm one of the lucky ones. Most bills never even get this far. I hope they decide to report on me favorably, otherwise I may die.
Die?
Yeah, die in committee. Oh, but it looks like I'm gonna live. Now I go to the House of Representatives and they vote on me.
If they vote yes, what happens?
Then I go to the Senate and the whole thing starts all over again.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes. I'm just a bill. Yes, I'm only a bill. And if they vote for me on Capitol Hill, well, then I'm off to the White House where I'll wait in a line with a lot of other bills for the president to sign. And if he signs me, then I'll be a law. How I hope and pray that he will. But today I am still just a bill.
You mean even if the whole Congress says you should be a law, the president can still say no?
Yes, that's called a veto. If the president vetoes me, I have to go back to Congress and they vote on me again, and by that time you're so
By
old.
that time, it's very unlikely that you become a law. It's not easy to become a law, is it?
No, but how I hope and pray that I will. But today I am still just a bill.
He signed your bill. Now you're a law.
Oh, yes.
Appreciate you lending your ear. All right, so first I'm going to start by reading a little something and just kind of address what we're going on. So I'd like to start by thanking all that have tuned in tonight. The reason we are all here is an unfortunate one. We are here due to victim exploitation. I want to start by thanking all the subscribers, viewers, donors, supporters, and mostly our team. Without you guys, there would be no announcement. I came onto this platform to expose someone who I felt was vile. I then learned just how dangerous he really was. On this journey, I discovered there were more just like him, a whole cesspit of despicable, alleged advocates that are referred to as the tragedy pimps. These tragedy pimps exploit the missing and murdered, as well as their families, for monetary gain. Man, are they bringing in the dough? Why doing so, subscribers, viewers, and anyone else who objects could be and has been subjected to harassment, doxing, threats, and real life antics. These tragedy pimps are building financial empires without any regard to the victims as they leave a trail of hurt and heartache. All the while, their dollar signs go ka-ching in the form of super chats, cash apps, Venmo, PayPal, and wish lists. Their true purpose is not victim advocation. Their only purpose is for donations to live a plush and pampered life through grifting. The misfortune, the misinformation being spewed has hindered law enforcement efforts and wasted tax dollars while also bringing about a revolution. As victims continue to speak out about their injustices and atrocities afflicted on social media, their voices are being heard. What we are truly aiming for is to help their voices be sung from the rooftops for all to hear. Now, this is a huge step and undertaking. We have been working with the handful, but going forward, we hope that we will all stand together and finish what has already been started. As we continue going forward, we will work in the community and on social media platforms to bring national and global awareness to a growing issue. By donations so far, we've been able to afford to file for nonprofit status, obtain a USPS address, buy a phone number, obtain a domain, buy an email, and acquire a physical address. I look forward to addressing political parties and inquiring if there is any assistance and or guidance that can be provided going forward. We aim to do justice to the movement and look forward to any feedback given and any assistance provided. One example is a list of content creators who violate the legislation being presented, their channels, platforms, and deeds. This has to be airtight. We look forward to working together collaboratively and collectively to bring down these tragedy pimps, their antics, and provide a safer social media platform for all. You may be wondering how. Empowering one survivor at a time across the rogue social media. Parents Against Victim Exploitation, P.A.V.E, is dedicated to advocating by bringing awareness and education in how to enact legislation that protects families from horrendous crimes and individuals who become accused of heinous crimes, a refuge from social media scrutiny. P.A.V.E seeks to provide an internet privacy commonly experienced as in common law. Social media exploits lack of regulations, holding public cyberbullying and defamation against families and individuals without accountability. Without consequences, social media platforms have harmed the innocent survivors and law enforcement efforts. P.A.V.E looks to protect the sanctity of privacy, grief, and hope when searching for those missing or clues to a murder that needs resolution. P.A.V.E seeks to stop social media platforms from exploiting human tragedy and utilizing such as a cash revenue and channel building for private reward. Our mission statement: Parents Against Victim Exploitation, P.A.V.E, is dedicated to protecting victims from social media exploitation. P.A.V.E looks to protect the sanctity of privacy through awareness, education, and governmental advocacy from maleficent social media creators. Unity can bring the change we seek to provide, and that is desperately needed. Now let's hear from our team. We have Smallz on the platform, who's been a co-host since October. His wonderful other half, Panda. We have Earth that's been working with us the past couple months, trying to figure out a little bit of strategy and how to go about doing this. We have Sarah, somehow that the link is supposed to be sent to her. Now I've read what I've had to. Let me go ahead
I got it.
and
Oh, do you got it? Okay.
yes.
I was just able to get it. My phone was like tweaking and shit, but I got it. Let me see.
Now, as this stuff is going on, I do want to put in my 2 cents. This is not a smear campaign of any kind. This is basically a big movement to help people who don't have the strength to know that they can receive help. We're here as a support group. We're here to, enlighten the dark holes where victims get left. This is just purely for justice, good faith, and just all around, spreading love. So if anyone has any negative take around that, then you're obviously not on the right platform. But we're here to just spread awareness and to just keep a nice and calm atmosphere, like a safe haven for anyone who might need it.
And at the end of the day, the main goal is to enact legislation and present it and try to get laws to hold social media platforms accountable to their terms of service, their community guidelines, and to hold these creators that dox, harass, go real life, threaten victims and members of YouTube.
And the reason why I am a major supporter is I see the way things are going, and I'm from an older school where the internet was not a big thing when I was growing up, but now I see that children are all about the internet, and we need to definitely put some awareness out there. It's not a safe space until we make it a safe space. So we need legislation to make that happen. There's too many people here on this platform in particular on YouTube that are just exploiting things that are happening. Like don't sit there and get donations to go search for missing kids when you can donate that money to the families themselves and let them do whatever they need to do. Like it's completely unfair that after everything is said and done, and you made $1,000 on this one person's name, God forbid the kid ends up dead, and you're not even going to help pay for their funeral or help find the person or people involved, or you sit there and you have conversations for your channel to improve your subs and stuff with the people who are the most the people that they find that might be guilty of whatever's being charged, and you're sitting there ruining the police investigation by doing your own investigation as if you were a police officer. I don't understand how people are not in jail for obstructing justice. I mean, shit. When I was a kid, we used to do stupid shit all the time, and the cops would say, "Where'd he go?" And if you pointed the wrong way, they put you in cuffs because you definitely obstructed justice. And there's people doing way worse than that now and gaining monetarily in the process, and nothing's happening to them. They're living a plush lifestyle. They have the newest computers. They have top of the line entertainment systems. They have $1,000 drones. For what? For what? That's not helping anybody. If you're gonna do it because you're helping. Don't do it because you want to gain from it monetarily, or because you want subs, or you're looking for likes. That's not the right reason to do it. It's like a nurse getting a job because she wants a paycheck. A nurse's job is not a job for someone who wants a paycheck. It's for someone who wants to make a difference. If you work in there to get a paycheck, you're not going to do an effective job as a nurse. Your bedside manner is going to suck. You know what I'm saying? You're sitting here, you're only trying to earn a dollar instead of trying to make a difference, and that's where the problem lies. Earth?
Yeah, we have way too, like on this platform, we have way too many problems. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay. We have way too many problems on this platform as it is. We've got tragedy pimps harassing families, going after children, harassing neighborhoods, protesting for all the wrong reasons. Okay. What we went through, let me put an example out there. What we went through in Georgia, what was the one thing that these tragedy pimps did wrong in Georgia? They protested in a neighborhood where they should have protested outside of the CPS office and the police department. But did they do that? No. See, that's where they need to protest. And where we need to draw the line is keeping them out of neighborhoods where it's affecting families that work, kids that go to school, kids that like to go outside and hang out with their family, hang out with their families, their friends. They can't live like that. But do these tragedy pimps, do they care? Absolutely not. They care about getting other families fired from their jobs? Absolutely not. Do they actually care about the children that they're quote unquote supposedly trying to find? Absolutely not. What is the one thing they care about? Lining their pockets with money from their subs. That's all they care about. They don't care about anything else. And that is the truth. People just need to sit and watch and learn because they're actually admitting they don't really care. But us, we care. We care about what they're doing. We don't like it, and it needs to change. It needs to change for the better. We need to make social media a better place. The doxing needs to stop. Going after children needs to stop. Going after families needs to stop. Period. I got into this going after tragedy pimps. I kind of just got thrown into it. I threw myself into it. And you know what? I am happy that I did. And I will continue to go after them and expose them for who they really are. Nissa?
Now, I see what Checking Conviction said that Cash Ginnon's family justice is doing family group. But this isn't just about these tragedy pimps. It's also about to bring legislation to making social media safe. So it could be your neighbor, your niece, your nephew, your daughter, your auntie, your uncle. Someone doesn't like them. So now they want to dox their real life photo with an address or a phone number. This legislation is going to cover all of that social media should be protecting their subscribers, their viewers, the people who bring in money for them. So it's not just a tragedy pimp thing. Yes, it's rolling off of the back of that, but it's also to make social media platforms be held accountable for not holding up to their terms of service and their community guidelines and letting people go real life on people to threaten them, to threaten to send somebody to their home, to the doxing is just ridiculous on here. So in one aspect, it's this, but it's a whole nother aspect all in one, that if we can bring together legislation so our children, our grandchildren don't have to worry about some of this crazy foolishness, I think that's great. It encompasses it all.
Nothing makes me madder than you see a family that's going through something terrible as a missing child or a missing person in their family or whatever the case may be. And not only do they have to deal with the paparazzi from the regular news, but they have to deal with all these tragedy pimps out there with their fucking GoPros and cameras all in their faces. And of course, they don't follow the rules because they're not actually the media. So they don't follow the rules. They don't know, boundaries. They have no idea of that. You know, they sit there and they totally harass these people. I can't imagine the amount of stress. I mean, I have children. I can't imagine one of my kids missing, and then I come home from a hard day's work with that on my mind, and I got to deal with these morons in front of my house. I'd be in jail. I'd be in jail because I'd let off on all of them. There's no way I'm going to put up with that. There's no way. And now, you see situations like, well, what happened in Savannah, Georgia, where, they have fucking DoorDash being sent to their door every 15 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Because the people that are out there protesting or whatever they called it, illegally congregating, they're having food sent to them and they don't have an address, so they're sending it to these people's houses. So on top of you already stressed out about your regular life and your missing kid, now you got people knocking at your door every 15 minutes trying to bring you Dunkin' Donuts. That's ridiculous. That's absolutely ridiculous, and it needs to stop. It's just wrong.
It is. It's very wrong. But the thing is, we need to stop it. We've been trying to stop it. We've already got one, and I'm going to quote Savage, we've got one head of the snake out of here. But see, she got herself out of here because of the things that she has said and done. But we're still pushing. We're still exposing these people for who they are, for what they do. You got one that grifted for Summer's Day, but never went to Summer's Day. But instead, he went out of town for a fight. Did he use that money? I don't know. It could be speculation that he used it. But who knows? But the fact is, they're getting all this money, but are they actually using it for
Well, they make a mockery.
Exactly.
They make a mockery of everything, like that. We're not the nameless moron that sat outside in a fucking turtle suit just to make himself popular,
and held up a sign that says, "Lailani, will you marry me?"
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Like the woman, the family is going through enough of what they're going through. There's no need for that. That's just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
My thing is, make it make sense, really. Like, why would you want to walk backwards when in reality you're actually gaining money to try to walk forward?
Right.
And there's organizations that do that. You can volunteer and they let you bring your camera with you for documentation and education.
Absolutely. Yes. Even YouTube has changed where you no longer get copyrighted for putting up another video as long as you're explaining the video or breaking it down. The whole what's that thing that you guys do? Earth, you got it on your page. The freedom of press, whatever it is, the damn it, what disclosure, whatever. What the hell is it? That's the one, the fair use. All those highly technical terms we don't know about in the projects, Well, now, this is a non-for-profit
scam.
Yeah, this is a non-for-profit. There's no money we don't make no money on this.
No.
At the point of this, I'm even come out of my own pocket besides just donations to make this happen. This has legally been filed. There is a petition. I added the link. I pinned the link in my chat that you can go sign the petition. We've got a webpage up and running. You can go check that out. We've got an address, a phone number, email. Like, this is not a scam.
This is up and up. This is on the up and up. This isn't any of those tragedy pimps. We're not donating to a Cash App or to a fucking Venmo. There's an actual website, and it's all on the up and up.
And for anybody who's not aware about a nonprofit, their financials are open once a year. So when taxes are filed and that money's claimed, them financials will be open of what's came in, what's been out, put back in to the organization.
What you're signing, Buddha Mike, is a petition. The petition to get this into legislation. We're trying our hardest to get this out there and get knowledge of the situation so that we can make it into a bill to eventually pass it into law. That was the whole point of I'm just a bill, just a regular. It wasn't just to remind you people of your childhood. This is exactly what we're doing. We just had to put it in layman's terms for the people in the back with the helmets. You know what I'm saying? Because not everybody here is super educated on the way the laws work. So
Plus, if you use a catchy tune, you'll never forget it. So,
I mean, I'll be humming that shit all night. I'm just a bill, yeah, hell yeah. Shit, don't get me started. I got Hulu. I'll put it on right now.
Thank you. I'll have it in stereo.
Mm-hmm.
Now we also do have anonymous benefactor who does have the service of an attorney that does do legislative law. So we've already got resources.
See, what you guys are hearing is just
this bill.
You guys are hearing this for the first time. We've been behind the scenes for the last almost 2 months doing this.
Almost 3, actually.
Right. It's been a minute.
Almost longer,
I did
actually.
the math.
And just so that you know, the only money that we've collected has been from donations that are going to this cause. There is nothing else that the money is being spent on. We're not buying microphones or computer parts or drones to fly around, or you know what I'm saying? Campers or ATVs or any of that shit.
Oh, thank you, Peggy. Thank you, Peggy. Now
Yes,
you know what
so
we've
awesome.
been building to behind the scenes is to be able to have the money to file everything that needs to be filed, because to file a 501c3 is not that cheap. You got to pay Virginia. You got to pay the IRS.
Yeah, I had one of those. When I had the motorcycle club. We had a 501c3, and that shit was not cheap. I used to see that my secretary and my club go crazy every month when that shit came around.
Well,
every year.
Commander Ender Turkey said it's commendable. Y'all are doing something real, but it's not just us that are doing it. We need all of y'all to help us make this real. Your signature is on the petition to share it, to spread the word, to share the mission that we're trying to
do like Biodome. We're not thinking locally. We're thinking globally, because there's not victims just in the United States or just in Virginia or just in Georgia. There's victims all over this planet. Every day children go missing. Every 12 minutes, a child goes missing.
And not only that, but it also covers bullying on a higher extent. Like, those pedophiles from Tokyo that's wanting to harm your cousin from down the street in like Poconos. You know what I mean? It's bigger than that. And we just want to make sure that all children are covered, because in reality, we should be thinking it's a village to take care of children. As a collective unit, we should make sure that their lives are valuable, because honestly, we're not getting any younger. They are the future. And we want to make sure that the future grows strong.
Dame, thank you so much for the donation. I appreciate you. Don't forget, guys, the link will be in the comments. We will put the link up. As a matter of fact, I can put the link up right now for the to sign the petition. If you guys want to sign the petition, well, I'll throw that link in there right now. That's to the website. You can sign the petition. You can also stay anonymous if you don't want your name and your comment put out. It's just share it on your YouTube or your Facebook or your Twitter or Instagram. It gives you options to share it on anything you want. You can donate $2 at that moment, or you can just say you want to share instead, or you can say you don't want to do either one. It's up to you. Completely up to you. We're not begging you for money.
And you don't have to donate.
We're not begging for money. We're not begging. All we're begging for is your signature. That's it.
Your signature. And
we want your support.
Just share it.
That's it.
Share it
Support.
across every social media platform to your contacts, anywhere.
It only takes 2 seconds.
This isn't your $2 drive to stay alive. We're not trying to get the bag. We're not voting people off the island.
Listen,
We're
we know we can't afford food. We know eggs are expensive. We just want to make sure that you spread the knowledge because talk is literally free.
Yes,
let
it
go,
is.
let go, let go made a comment that I need to clear my vocab up a little bit. Okay, let go. I am not a politician. I am not a politician. I'm just a regular dude from the South Bronx that used to stand in the corner just like everybody else. But I'm a parent. And
Thank
I
you,
and
Mama
I
Bear.
know and I know that whether I'm speaking professionally or not, my love for my kids and other kids will never change.
No, and mine for kids, elderly, even animals, never, ever will change. They
Right?
are the
Absolutely.
three main things that
Correct.
I hold dear and close to my heart. And I
Well,
will protect them at all costs.
everybody
Even
knows that
my
I'm a biker.
godchildren. Even my
Everybody knows that
godchildren.
everybody
Yes.
knows that I'm a biker, and bikers only care about three things: their bike, their family, and children. That's it.
And,
Let go just said
and let me
stop
tell you.
cursing so much. I know you're excited, but I would have to share the same thing. We got to practice our PG speeches, you know.
I am not.
Yeah.
I'm the talent. I'm not. I'm not the face of the
Oh, wait a
shit.
minute. How many times have I cussed? Have I cussed at all? I can't remember.
I don't even know. I speak French. I'm a trucker by day and a sailor by night. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to get my point across.
Oh, homie,
No, I
I'm a
know.
red.
I
Special
Look,
dropped a
biscuit
I'm a
eating
couple when
redneck.
bulldog.
I.
I'm a redneck, so it's in my blood.
Right.
Redneck and part Irish and German, it's all in my blood, honey.
And
Ah,
Panda's from New York just like me, so you know we just gonna do what we do.
yeah, but
So
I'm gonna
I'm
say it.
just
Angelo.
normal.
Oh,
I'm saying it for the
Angelo.
masses.
Angelo posted a comment. The biggest thing is the states have to catch up to the ability of social media. They need to have a social media and cyber division in every major city. So, what
That's
we're
right.
trying to do so we can help and act this legislation everywhere is eventually on our webpage, there's going to be a link. And you click what state you're on. You click that link to that state. After you click that link, then it's going to have the representatives that you need to contact, their phone number, email address. There'll be a little spiel for the phone call if you want to use it and don't know what to say. Here's what you can say to address it. Here's a mock letter that you can just put your representative's name in and sign it and email it or drop it in the post box. You know, we're trying to make this eventually as easy as we can for y'all. But like I said, it is an undertaking. This isn't something that's going to come overnight. It's, we don't have those resources, those skills. We're kind of learning this all as we're going. Things have been changed up some. We're really trying to do justice to what we're trying to do and just have something good. Do
Right.
something good.
And
Nobody's
just to
getting
clear
rich off of this.
the air, guys, I am not a politician. I'm a stand-up comic, okay? So my language may not be what you might hear on the floor of the Senate, but I am not in the floor of the Senate. I'm in my crib trying to convey a message to you people. And the only way I know how to do that is by speaking the language that I know. And unfortunately, this is a topic that is very, very sensitive to me. I have children, like I said. I'm not a kid. I'm 48 years old. I'm going to be 48 this year. I'm an old man. I got gray on my beard. I'm wrinkly in places I wasn't wrinkly at before, and I'm dead serious. I don't want my kids to be on the internet and be exploited, for monetary gain or for clicks and views. That's ridiculous. It's bad enough that our lives have literally been engulfed with AI. Let's at least do something to make it so that we're not worried about our kids when they're on these tablets or on YouTube or whatever the case may be. Us as adults, we use YouTube to learn how to make a meal or to fix something in your car or the case or whatever the case may be. But these kids are out there watching things and they don't know what they're watching. They think that it's a funny show. Ha ha ha! This guy's telling me to give him $2 so I can put in a vote to get somebody. What? Come on, man. You're using your mom and dad's credit card for that. You know what I mean? Like you don't have your own money. You live in my house, under my roof, under my room. That's my bed you're sleeping on. I don't want my money to go to that. My money goes to making sure you're good. You got school clothes and stuff like that. So
Regardless, the
we got to
internet
make a
should
difference.
exactly. And the internet originally came to us as a place to be creative, to do things that we can't do in real life. You know, to be confident, to be funny, to be whatever. Not to be scared for your life because someone might know where you are. Not to be scared for your life because even though you were defending yourself, you're afraid that, you know, SWAT team might show up for no apparent reason to mess up your actual life. You
Right.
know,
And believe
we
me, it has happened.
yes, yes, it has, and we're trying to put a stop to that because that is a real scare. That messes up real life problems. Stuff
Thank you,
that
Angelo. Angelo said, I'm well spoken," which is good because I get that a lot. I do speak in public a lot. It's just I'm not one of those you want to put on speakerphone on your cell phone type thing because I'll tell you about everybody around you.
Yes, Angelo is like that. Trust me, he
That's
is.
why me and Angelo, Doug, that's my dude right there. I'm telling you, we're gonna
Back
go.
off. Hey, back off there, Smalls. That's my
Listen,
co-host. That's my
listen. That could,
co-host.
So,
yo, that could be your co-host, man. He wears a lot of hats.
so I
Yeah,
just
he's
want
the
to put
best.
out there that this isn't about censorship. We're not trying to censor anybody or take away
No,
anybody's First Amendment rights.
No,
But
we just want them to be accountable for their actions.
if you threatened to kill me in real life, you would be held probably more accountable, and I could at least get a protective order or something that you can't quite do on the internet, on social media platforms. So it's still trying to hold people accountable to the same foolishness as in real life, as on
yeah,
social media. People sit
absolutely.
behind these keyboards and they're like the big keyboard warriors. Let me look at how many lawsuits are out right now because of
I mean,
doxing and things
Right.
of that nature that just really it shouldn't happen. If you look in the terms of service and things like that, there's accountability, and it's holding these social media platforms accountable and people who are doing the foolishness behind the scenes and pulling the strings.
And let's not for and you know what? I'm going to speak on this, and I know I hope Savage doesn't mind. I've been on Dolly's neck since the Kylie Rodney case, and I'm going to continue being on his neck. And on top of that, I've been on Bullhorn's neck since Kylie Rodney as well. Now, Dolly, and I did a stream with Angelo on this. Dolly went to his Facebook and asked his Facebook friends, well, I would say girlfriends, many of them, to get information on her family, her husband's family, and her then 3 year old granddaughter. Now, considering who lives with him, that is sick. Okay. Now, he's been ducking and dodging being served by her. Now, he's been served before by the very woman who is up here right now putting all this together, which I'm very proud of her for. Now, everybody that has served him, he has been ducking and dodging this savage live media. Why? Because he's terrified. He is mortified because he knows that he would probably go to jail because this ain't the first rodeo. Now, why would you ask for a then 3 year old's information? What would you do with that information? That would be a good question. However, this is the kind of thing that needs to be, this is the kind of thing that needs to, what's the word I'm looking for? This is the kind of thing that needs to be put to an end. Now, are we trying to cancel them? No, because at the end of the day, they're going to end up canceling themselves. Look where the head of the snake, look where she's at. She canceled herself. We didn't have a hand in that. All we did was just retweet a simple Twitter feed. That is all we did. But she took herself down. She canceled herself.
Absolutely.
So after all this, these are little kids that these people are going after. Okay, these are babies. We got to protect these babies.
Absolutely.
We got to protect the victims.
Of course.
We got to protect
We
these victims.
we got to
We got to.
protect the
Even
people
the
who
ones
can't
who
protect
know,
themselves.
and the victims who cannot speak because they're no longer here. We need to make sure their
We have to
voice
be their
is
voice.
still heard.
We have
Right.
to be their voices. Because you know what? These tragedy pimps, they're not their voices. They're not speaking for them. They're not doing anything. What are they doing? When you ask, okay, say when you ask someone like Bullhorn, when you ask her what is she doing, what does she do? She flips out and yells and screams at you. That's all she does.
I
She
mean, I
doesn't
do
like
that
to be
too.
questioned. Oh, are you making money off the backs of kids? No, you're not.
No, but I like to scream at people.
Yep. I could testify.
Okay, well, that's different. But overall,
But he does it for free.
I call it practice.
But
okay,
on
well,
a
it's
serious
practice.
note,
But yes, it's on a serious note. Or like when you ask an, a no-name person, why are you harassing these families? What pleasure are you getting out of it? What did they tell? What is it that you get? You get blocked in their chat. That's all you get. You get blocked in their chat. You don't get an answer, and they go back to doing the same thing day in and day out. So it's left up to us to to help these victims. It's up to us to expose these people, and it's up to us to spread the word around about them and to get the word out. Now, I don't tell people don't go into that chat, don't go there. I just give them a slight warning, just err on the side of caution because I like to let people make their own decisions. Like I make my own decisions. I don't let people make that decision for me. I go where I want to go. If you choose to go to a tragedy pimps channel, have fun. Go for it. I'm just gonna let you err on the side of. I'm just gonna tell you err on the side of caution.
And honestly, if you want to go to those channels and you feel like donating to them, hey, that's fine. I mean, Brooklyn Bridge wouldn't have been sold for $28 if there wasn't a fool out there somewhere.
True.
I'm just saying, like, that's what they
Yeah.
do. They prey on the weak-minded and the innocent.
listen,
And
that's your money. You
and
put
if
it
you want
wherever
to
you
be
want to
that
put it.
weak-minded, yeah, if you want to be weak-minded and the innocent that gets preyed on, by all means, go ahead and do that. But at the end of the month, when you can't make your bills, don't think you're going to be able to call them and they're going to send you a donation.
Now, I wouldn't say necessarily weak minded. I wouldn't critique them. I think maybe caught in
No.
vulnerable moments and they're just unaware of who they're watching and what they're truly supporting.
I
That's
rarely
okay.
donate. I rarely donate to channels. Rarely. I have maybe
But
donated to maybe 4 channels in the entire year and a half that I've been here. Maybe. But
I've
why
been on
did I do?
YouTube for
Why?
5 years, and I've only donated to one channel, and it was mine because I make smoking with Smallz, and nobody buys my smoke but me and Panda.
but for people who do donate and they donate to people who misappropriate their funds under the guise of, you know, advocacy,
Right.
Hmm.
that we still want to give the people that make those donations the protection for when things go south, or maybe you don't agree with their views anymore. So now they want to dox you, they want to harass you, they want to scare you off of social media and keep you quiet
Exactly.
so you don't have a voice. We want to make sure that you can't be doxxed, that you won't be threatened. We want to try to bring protection on that matter or on that front.
I,
Absolutely, Stargazer mom. There needs to be parental education as well. Parents need to take a stand with their kids. All electronics have parental controls, but a lot of parents either don't know or don't want to limit kids. She's right. A lot of parents don't want to limit their kids. She is right.
There's also the cases where there are kids that make fake accounts or secret accounts from their parents or guardian, and those kids are also not knowing what they're doing, thinking that it's innocent as well. They just want to have more fun on a different account that's not being monitored.
And plus, kids are going to take over. Kids
Right.
are, if not, kids are taking over electronics these days. They can do what parents don't know what they can do.
Right.
So, you know.
We just got to take that jump first and try to make it like more of an established moment or base where we can firmly put our foot down in case someone needs security or sanctity or some sort of like hope.
I gotta agree with something I just read. Checking conviction. You know, they posted up that they've been here 7 years, and people would rather see a train wreck than anybody pushing out facts and zero drama, and that just goes back to people like drama. People like that. Like that is a reason. That is the main reason why most of these channels have 30, 40, 50,000 viewers and subscribers, because they don't mind having trolls come on their channel and make a mockery of whatever they're talking about. And people just like to watch that stuff. Like I when I first started on YouTube, I was part of a channel that had a troll coming in all the time and disrespecting the females. And that's one thing I do not stand for. You're not going to disrespect the female in front of me. It's not going to happen. I will slap your teeth out. And I lost my mind one night, and it went viral. Like I spazzed out on this kid, and it went viral. And next thing you know, there was 3,000 more subs on the channel in a week, because I lost my cool. And that's the day I realized that people would rather follow a channel that has misery loves company, man. Everybody's life is miserable. It's nice to know that there's somebody out there doing worse than you, I'm supposing, and that's why they do it. They follow these channels because it's a break in the monotony of their everyday life.
So now, it's not just the drama. Everybody likes a little bit of drama. That's one thing. But now when you take that drama to a whole nother level and go real life, that's when you cross from drama to damn near psychotic.
Because
like
go ahead, baby. I'm sorry.
But where, because I don't like you, let me Google you and put all your information out on the internet for everybody to see, to try to drag you, to try to this. Like that's not right. There's certain things that can be found, but when you're giving people's addresses and things of those nature, then it's almost kind of like, what if something bad happens because of it? Because at the end of the day, maybe these content creators may not get up and go do anything. But wouldn't it be great if somebody did, and one of these subs takes this as a message of, "Ooh, I need to make this person so happy. Let me show them my blind loyalty and my blinded loyalty and dedication to them," and go do something crazy and asinine that could possibly hurt somebody that there's just no need for it.
Disayam makes a good point. Disayam says that it's hard to convince someone who's blinded by those headlights to see the real light. You know what I'm saying? They're so blinded by abstract light that when the real light hits them, they don't know what to believe. You know what I'm saying? Like and that's what starts the problem. Once people are under that blanket of disillusion, when the truth comes out, it's hard to get them to convert back to the real side. And
but
it is what it is.
We can't say that 100%. I was once a viewer. You were once a viewer. Panda was once a viewer. Peggy was once a viewer. Dis was once a viewer. Tanya G was once a viewer. Karen Christine. I mean, so there are people who do eventually see the light and come around and step away. Sarah was once a viewer.
Yeah, but Peggy said it right. It's mob mentality.
Yes, she's right.
That's
It is.
it's exactly it. You don't want to be the only person that's not agreeing with the mob, because now you're not involved with the mob. Now you're not part of the mob anymore. Everybody wants to be part of the crew. Nobody wants to be the odd man out. That's why kids grow up weird, because they think they're weird and they're not really weird. They're just being themselves. But because they don't fit in with everybody else, they've been called weird their whole life. Now they grow up thinking that they're weird and they're scared to be themselves. It's just crazy, man. I don't get it. It's not. It's I blame it on technology. I wish they never came out with the computer and kids had to go outside for a living, like we had to when we were kids. Don't just
You
put on
know,
an Oculus and go hang out with your virtual friends. Go outside and get some
you
vitamin
know,
D.
to add to that, honestly,
Yeah.
the internet's only going to get bigger
And
and
worse.
more dark and more confusing,
What's the thing
and
that we
it's
always say,
always
babe?
changing. Hmm?
What's the thing that we always say? What's gonna take over? Starlight? What Star Labs? What is it?
No, no.
Yeah, the thing from Terminator. What's the thing from
Well,
Terminator that takes over
Well,
when the?
don't distract her. She was on a good point.
I
Okay, I'm
really
sorry.
was, but like I
I do
think I missed my stop. I do see the train leaving.
We were
that.
talking about the internet's getting bigger and getting
Oh,
darker.
yeah, so I just managed to catch another train. Um, yeah, the internet is only going to get bigger and darker and more it, it's just going to get more and more complicated as the world gets older. And uh, you can already wear glasses where it can talk to you. So that just shows how far in advance we are so far. And with that being in mind, there's also a lot of corrupted people there that want to take advantage in a more smarter, newer, different way. And they're targeting even more younger and younger of an audience. And you'll see it on the news. You'll probably dismiss it. You'll see this video. You'll probably give it a thought. But I hope that it sticks with you because no one really thinks that it's going to happen to them until it happens to them. And we're trying to prevent that because nothing worse to feel than when you come home and you find out that your daughter or son or the classmate of your daughter or son or nephew or little brother or so on got targeted and bullied by
Hmm.
somebody that is username 35 fingers what now,
Hmm.
so
Now,
just keep that in mind.
I do want to address what checking conviction said. I mean, the drama in a child's case and threats and all the doxings, etc., yes, has to stop. But the subs have to take accountability for their input, and support of these crap channels. Well, I think with you got Savage's case
yeah.
where the subs did do that mob mentality and did doxing of family members and things like that. We've got that case too as grounds to throw towards this legislation. We have the mob mentality of what happened down in Georgia against Aileen. We have that case too to throw off against this. And let's keep it real. In one more week, we'll know if he's incarcerated or not. And then we also have the Kylie Rodney's lawsuit too about
And
not just one YouTube creator, but there's also a list, a whole nother list of creators that supported to this nonsense, subscribed to it, and supported it. So here there is starting to be accountability. So this movement right now is at the right time where it needs to happen.
And
can I stop you for 1 second, guys? And let me air you guys on the side of caution. Anybody who reviews that lawsuit at any time, Ryan Upchurch, and yes, bro, I am calling your ass out. I don't give a fuck who you are. I don't care what you are. I'm calling you out. Ryan Upchurch is falsely striking anyone and everyone who reviews that lawsuit. Charlotte on the Web was struck twice this week for reviewing that lawsuit. Now, see, that lawsuit, it's online. Anyone can get it. Now, see, this is YouTube. See, this is the kind of thing we're talking about. This right here, victimizing. You're falsely striking people for reviewing a lawsuit that you caused yourself, bro. I'm just saying, you caused this.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you may be whatever you are, a superstar. I don't really care. But this is called false striking. It don't matter how many subs you got. You're not held to a higher standard because you're a celebrity. Everyone is held to the
Absolutely.
same standard. Everybody's held to the same standard. Everybody. So I think twice before falsely striking people because they're reviewing the lawsuit that you caused yourself. For saying that a young girl who died in the most horrible fashion was fake, that this was all a scam for GoFundMe money. Just remember
Oh,
that.
and let's not forget doxing the sibling, that the sibling had
Oh,
to get
yeah.
extra security because they were so harassed in
Yep.
real life because
In
of
real
what he
time.
put out there.
Exactly. And let's not forget the
Now,
two people that you sent your Creek Squad after and constantly harassed for days on end, months on end. Let's not forget them too. So there's that.
now, Crazy Daisy says we're more beggars and scammers. What bank's this 600 going in? That $600 isn't going in a bank. It's going straight to the lawyer to keep on doing all this filing. So
Word.
there's the answer to
Take
that
take it
one.
from somebody who knows lawyers are not fucking cheap.
No, they're not. And trust and
So
believe
again,
their
you
receipts
ask
will be shown.
about what bank it's going in. Again, like I stated, right now I'm in the hole with a couple $100 to make all this happen for the third, so we can do this and bring this forward. And so it's not about getting rich. And let's not forget about all the time we put into phone calls, to conference calls, to meetings, to drawings, to ideas, to brainstormings, to tweaking things and stuff like that.
We
Like,
had a 3-hour meeting recently where at the end of the meeting my eyeballs were bloodshot and it had nothing to do with the weed I was smoking.
You just have to
I
laugh.
was completely exhausted. I was burnt. I
Yeah.
was like, Miss, I'm tired. I need sleep. My brain cannot function. I'm
No,
going to
yes.
drop the link to the petition. It's the website I'm dropping the link to. If you scroll down, it'll say sign the petition. Feel free to sign it. You can
And
either post your comment or you can stay anonymous. It doesn't matter.
and
I
pin
will
your
also drop it
comments,
on my
Smallz.
end too.
If you go hit them 3 dots to the side, you can go ahead and pin your comment so it stays up top.
Oh, I didn't know I had that ability here.
See, I can't do it on my end because
No, I don't have that
We
ability.
don't
It
have
just
no.
tells me
You
to
got
put
to
myself
do
in
it from
timeout.
YouTube.
No, we can't, Missa, because we're on
No,
your stream.
we're on
sharing
your
with
stream.
You. Yeah, so only you can do it.
Your selfish
Yeah.
ass didn't give us priority.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I can share the link in my chat. That's all I can do. So I
Yo,
will share the
yo,
link
Earth
with
agreed with me. You heard that, guys? Earth agreed with me.
You know what? Don't think that's going to be an everyday thing, okay, bro?
Listen. You did it on live. I can always go back and check this if I ever miss a day.
I'm
but
just
that's
so
gonna be-
glad that I was able to be here for this.
I'm glad you
It sounds like you have to be here to know.
I got witnesses. Testify, people, testify.
All right, I am going to drop a stream that me and Angelo did in the chat with a timestamp. Now, for those that weren't here for what Savage's family endured many months ago, I want you guys to go watch it and check it out because this is exactly what this, I'm going to say, no-name person is actually capable of. And this ain't the first time. And Angelo, who's very trusted, I like to call him the receipts man because that's what he is. He's like the receipts man. He has a lot of knowledge about what happened. And he gives a lot of detail in this stream. And you're going to see what this no-name person actually went through and what his Facebook friends. Well, I'm just gonna, whatever they are, because I'm trying to hold my tongue. I'm not trying not to cuss for once.
Let it
What
out,
they,
girl.
Ah, Jiminy Cricket, son of a biscuit eating bulldog.
I know it's a shocker. I'll cuss later on the night on my friend Dizium's channel later.
She's gonna put her face in the pillow, just say every word she's ever heard.
And even some that was taught to her, like just ill-favored.
She's gonna be speaking Swahili by
No, I'll
tomorrow
just
morning.
go on my buddy Dizium's channel and just cuss it all out. You know, I always do. So you guys will be aware. You guys will be aware of what this man was capable of. So here's the stream with the timestamps, because it is a 7-hour stream, and I'm not talking about it for 7 hours.
Yeah, I remember. I was like, "Yo, you guys are still live? What the fuck? Like, don't you guys have lives? What the hell?"
I like did a whole shift of work.
Right? I took a nap.
On.
I ate the super edibles that night and woke up and they were still live. I was like, "No, how long was I out for?" And Earth was still bright-eyed and bushy-tailed the whole time. She was all happy, and I'm like, "Damn, she got that puppy power."
Well, I wouldn't out her, but it's a good video to watch.
All right, guys. Right now, Dizium is dropping the links in the chat for everybody. Thank you, Dizium.
Thank you.
Yes.
It's very informative, people. It does bring a light to something that you wouldn't even think would possibly actually happen.
Yeah, you wouldn't even know it if they didn't bring a light to it. That's the crazy shit.
So well, see, that's why I thank Savage for giving me that stream so I can review it, so I can let people know what that person is capable of.
We should allow some airtime so the petition can be explained, and I think Mitza would be perfect for that. Yeah, but I'm not trying to
Hey, Tina.
Push.
So I brought up the petition, and it says a lot of what I said in the introduction of things of tonight's stream, and then I also brought up the website. And I showed them to show that they are real. Time has been invested in them. That I hope that everybody will go check it out. Go ahead.
And if you look at the link, it is not no GoDaddy link. That shit is official tissue. That shit is not, some shit you pick up at the 7-Eleven with a free Slurpee.
You're
Nothing
excited.
here. No, I'm just saying because there's people in the chat that think that we're tragedy pimps trying to benefit from this shit, yo. I still eat ramen noodles every night.
But as she was saying, the petition is pretty well lined up. It's very explanatory. All you got to do is just scroll and read. If you have any questions, it pretty much lays out everything as much.
There's
and
even a link if you have questions.
I was going to lead to that.
Yep.
Yes.
See? We're all on the same page.
I'm sorry.
That page. That's the page we're on. Please visit it. Get on our level.
Nobody's profiting off of this, okay? It's all free.
Actually, we're not profiting, but we're benefiting from it. We all benefiting from it.
Would you let me finish?
I'm sorry.
He's so excited.
I know.
So Press the little mic button so it has a slash on it.
Oh, that's so fucked up.
No, nobody's benefiting. Nobody's making a profit off of this. This is free, but we're doing this out of the kindness of our hearts. We're trying to help people. We're trying to be a voice for people that these tragedy pimps are not doing. They're not being a voice for anybody. They're just lining their own pockets. Something that you guys have been seeing since y'all have been on this platform. You guys have been seeing the same exact thing that we've been seeing. But who's actually been helping? Really nobody.
Well, if you're not part of the solution, guys, you're part of the problem.
Let's not, well, I guess
I wouldn't go there.
It's not the easiest thing to say that, Smallz. Really?
Really? I mean, if you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem.
Or
if you're going to sit there and spectate. See, I see it like this. If you're going to sit there and spectate, you're giving the clowns an audience.
But see, at the
and
same
that's
time, we got to give them spectators time to realize who they're watching
Yeah,
and what they're
that's
watching.
exactly small. They
Okay, I
have to. They
guess.
have to. They're not okay. Like you and Missa, you guys have seen exactly who the no name is. You guys know
Right,
who it is.
right,
Okay, not a lot of us do. We don't know who this. We don't really know who he is on the outside. We don't.
right,
let alone
I have
how
no
many
idea.
of he is out
right.
Exactly.
there, you know?
Exactly. We don't. So
And let's just, oh, sorry.
no, it's okay. Go ahead, babe. What were you gonna say?
And I was going to say, for anybody who thinks this is
Hey,
a
Clancy.
grift or a con for monetary gain, there's another content creator out there that recently, a couple days back, that said they were going to start a nonprofit. And it was going to
Oh
take
yeah.
them 2 years to get all their stuff together. So that's 2 years of grifting for this nonprofit.
Right,
We've done it in 3 months where we've got it off the ground, and I haven't asked for one donation, not one
right.
donation to go forward with this. Now, I've
Exactly.
been given donations. I took my private donations that I got off this channel and I went and invested them to something that I believe in, something that I think we all can believe in and stand behind. And if you can't stand behind it, then you got to ask, well, why can't they stand behind it? What's up with them?
And that's cross contamination to take from one channel to give to the other.
That's also an avenue of asking, do they need help? Are they in a situation? Are they too scared to ask or join or sign?
And there's also a link on the website that if you have any ideas, you want to maybe help do some research or any critiques, criticism, or anything, that you can contact us that with your thoughts. You
Small.
can do it privately. It's not with your email. You can just put your name in. We can get the message.
Right.
Now, with that being said, there are ways to find out if trolls will try that same avenue. And let's just say you don't want to find out. We're all here to spread awareness and a good vibe, a safe haven way. No negativity. This is just purely to help. It has nothing to do with negative gain or bullying of any sort. So if you're going to try to use that to get in there in our filters, just think twice.
And
Think of
Angelo,
yourself.
I see what you just put up there. You said it took $1.8 million, and I understand that the ads and you got to pay, you got to grease the pockets of the officials to put that legislation on the table.
Mm-hmm.
I'm using a benefit that not everybody has. I have quite a few celebrity friends, and I'd say 90% of them are parents. And I've spoken to a few of them over the last week or so and gave them the basic outline of what we're doing, and they're completely on board. So, with that being said, we may be nobodies right now. Missa's not nobody, Panda's not nobody, Earth ain't never been nobody. So we got people who have their name already established in certain fields of entertainment that will sign the petition without a problem and share it on their personal pages to get their celebrity friends involved. And I'm hoping that is going to start a spider web, or what is it, a ripple in the river that's going to go from coast to coast. You know what I'm saying? And
To truly help it grow organically.
right, and that's what we're looking for. We're looking for organic. We're not looking to push anything. We're not trying to push an agenda down your throat. I'm not sitting here with a petition or a sign, going up and down, strike, strike, strike. No, I'm not doing that at all. I'm going to the people that I know would support the serious situation, and they're gonna sign it, and they're gonna pass it on to their friends, and they're gonna sign it. And before you know it, it's like going to a club where everybody buys you a drink. You leave drunk and you didn't pay a damn thing for it. You know what I'm saying? It's just the way it is, and that's what I'm hoping that's gonna happen. And I'm hoping that with like I said, with the people that I know, it's gonna spread like wildfire because everyone I know is a parent, and not a single parent who loves their kids is gonna not agree with what we're saying. It's
And
it's like there's
and
no
I'm
way.
the same way. Everyone I
Yeah.
know is a parent.
I wanted
Right.
to add on a little bit on the whole of us not pushing this agenda, which is completely true. We want it to be as organic as it can be. This video is only purpose for us going live and sharing this live is to just simply inform what is
Our
happening
immediate
already.
friends.
You
Our
know, our
immediate
immediate
friends.
friends, our immediate community, you guys, the guys that actually give our channels life. You know, we're hoping that if we show you what we're doing and if it coincides with what you think is good to sign for, then why not sign? Why not share that in a conversation later down the line and show the video so they can see for themselves and share, you know, that sort of a thing. This
Hey,
is
Mister,
just clearly to show.
don't think I didn't notice that you tried to mute me.
I was just listening to the panda technical difficulties situation back there.
I like me
A
story.
finger could slip, you know.
But
But the
I'm hoping that everybody's in here in order for this to grow organically. Like you were saying, Panda, people do need to talk about it. Smallz is going to help put it out on a different level, but we're hoping and asking that you, as our friends on YouTube, the people we see in other chats, people whose channels we watch, people who watch our channels, that y'all will start talking about it and help getting some of these little embers lit that we can eventually, our goal is to share it across different social media platforms and try to get a little footholding. Then after everything's done with the lawyers then and the filing, then we're going to have money to put into advertising where we can pay change.org so much to advertise the video and Facebook and YouTube and mainly
Absolutely.
TikTok. Everybody's on TikTok right now. TikTok really needs to be our number one priority
Dude,
with
my mom is on
advertising.
TikTok. My mom is on TikTok.
Well, see, what I will do is I will be going over to my old community and I will be talking to one of my friends who is a lawyer over on that side. Now, he and I have been buddies for over 2 years. I will give him this live stream and I will let him listen to it and give his opinion on it and see if he wants to help by dropping the link in his description. So when he goes live, it'll be in his description.
That's awesome.
Now that
Not
will
only
be up to him. That will be up to him solely. So I will
not
talk
only
to
will
him
it
on
help
it.
get the movement started, but then you'll be able to prove that you actually have a friend.
Yes, in my
Well, we
old
already have
community.
Progressive Patriot, who I originally wanted to be a member of the team, that he was no longer, it was hard to get up with him. That I told him that I hope he shares the links. He's already said he signed it. And I'm like, talk about it. Talk about it on your channel.
Absolutely.
Help
Share it
give
on
it
your
life.
channel. Share
Because
it
it's
on
not
everybody.
just our
Everyone should share
community,
it on their community pages.
What will
it's
be
other
done?
communities reached out to also.
What I
right.
will do is that now I have one link in my description, which is the one that Angelo has. What I will do is I will make a whole separate section, and I will put the links that I have dropped in my chat. Those will also be in the description of every single video that I upload, and it'll be in every stream that I do. So it'll all be in there. And if I need to, I will also add it at the end of every video. Or
I'll
I will just post it every time I upload a video, which is what I do. I put it up on my community tab so everybody is aware that I uploaded a video. I will also put it in the community tab. Please check out the description links so everybody can see that what we talked about here today. So please go check out those links. Please sign and share it out. So after we're done
Definitely.
here, I will go put those in the description and it'll be there.
And I just want to say there's a few channels that I'm not going to say quite took me under their wing per se, but when I came out, they let me have a voice. They believed in me. They had faith in me. And that was Savage and Jenny Jin Jin and Vinny G. And they really helped give me grounds to catch my voice here on YouTube, to eventually even get to this point that we're at now. And I'm just picking up what, I'm not saying they've started, but they've been a part of, and everybody who supported me has been a part of. That let's just take this to a bigger level. You see how collectively we all worked in October when the tragedy pimps were down there in October doing their creating their atrocities and just acting like just total hee-haws out there. And that I'm hoping that collectively we can come together and do some collaborations on each other's channels and panels and everything, and truly talk about this, because at the end of the day, we're kind of new. We're very well, I'm not even going to say we're kind of new. We are new to what we're trying to do. And like Angelo out there, you brought a bill to the forefront before. Any guidance that you can give us on moves to make, steps to take, what to do to maybe kind of get a couple steps going ahead, like maybe even on the legislative side or anything. Like I wouldn't mind having a conversation or your input and email, what have you. Like I really look forward to, like, you're on Earth's panel. Maybe I can jump up one time and we can talk about it. We don't have to talk about it every time we stream, but we just got to keep it on the forefront. We can't let it get too far to the back that it's forgot, because we're not going to forget about it.
They can only take about a couple minutes of the video's time.
Right.
If you want to look at it that way, towards how much time and content that you've developed for your own video, you can just make a little segue. You know how people do the whole sponsor thing. So like a couple of minutes, talk about this one good cause, and then go about your content. We're not really asking for too much, just to spread the word.
It would be greatly appreciated, not just for us, but for all the victims. Like I truly just, I'm so proud at what we're doing right now, and the steps that we're taking. And my nerves were so terribly shook coming on here this evening. And then of course it wouldn't be a stream if I didn't have my technical difficulties. At least my lighter's working. Let me knock on wood.
The funny thing is, we had the panda here the whole time, and it was still fucked up. That just goes to show you, not even a panda can fix it. That's how I spell I heart. I say it with an accent. Okay, it's I heart day. Making fun of my I heart typo.
So
I can't help it.
I'm hoping that we can make all of y'all proud, all the family members. Not that we can ease their pain, any victim's pain, any of their loss, but hopefully we can have them sleep a little bit better, knowing that they can be a part of something to keep this from ever happening to another parent, guardian, family member, loved one. And
get some coverage somewhere.
Well,
I didn't even think of that.
Well, here's the thing.
That's a good call, Angelo.
With me getting ready to go back to school the next 2 years, every time I'm on that college campus, I can just stay with the stack of flyers. Every woman up there, I'm sure, has been exploited, had some type of retaliation, revenge porn situation, some types of threat, some type of something, that even at that age, to just the younger audience to live like that's so common now amongst them, that this is something that I think they would be able to stand up for also. Because it's not just YouTube common. We're trying to hold accountable. It is. It's very sad.
Exactly.
I mean, look at it this way. You could buy knives everywhere, but it doesn't tell you to go stab people with it.
She's got a point.
Yeah. I appreciate that reference over an NRA reference.
You know, Frida B makes a very good point.
She
These
does.
platforms need to enforce their terms of service, and they also need to be held accountable. We also know of an unnamed entity that used to bring minors onto his chat just so that the minors can go and do his bidding because they saw him as a celebrity, even though he ain't shit. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
you know what?
Yes.
I gotta find something. I'm hoping he's done streaming, but I did find something out today that they just enforced about doxing. So give me 2 minutes and
while
let me
you're
go find it.
while you're
Okay.
doing that, Sue, all you have to do is you see that highlighted comment up there with the link. It is a link to the page um, that explains our cause. It's to a petition that helps us when you sign up, could push us towards making this bill.
Yes,
I
and like
agree.
Free B had mentioned, it is part of the legislation to be drafted because it's not just these content creators out here, it's these social media platforms that don't hold them accountable. Now, if I would have done some of the same addicts as another individual who's been kicked off this platform, I would have lost my channel long ago. But because she made so much revenue for YouTube, she was able to stay on years longer than she should have been allowed to. Angela says we are all on the same team, but just as not enough support can hurt a movement, too many voices can drown out a message. We each can do what we can in our areas. Yes, we can. And that's where I talk about also, it's not just on social media platforms, it's in our communities. Talk to our families, our friends. If this is truly something that going forward, like I've discussed it, my kids are aware of it, my mother, my sister, my niece, at the birthday party last month, I was talking about it to people, and just giving it that hype. So when it dropped today, going forward, here's what I've been talking about here. Read up about it. If you've got any questions, you've got any suggestions to help get this heard more, then share them. We have somebody else who said, they'll try to share it to people too, in a more upper scale community. So just going forward, that's all we can do is talk. I'm put it in to talk to the one of the Democratic convention, the Republican convention, or I'm sorry, y'all. I'm so nervous right now. That
Why? You're good.
to, ta- to
Take a
talk
deep
to
breath.
them to see if maybe what can we do? What is there any information they can share, anything they can give, anything. Once we have this business plan, it's going to be finished right here probably in the next couple weeks. But once we have that business plan, then we can go and show that business plan to maybe get support to have our paperwork. Well, some of that will be back, with the business to have this business plan, what we're trying to achieve, what it's going to take to get us there. That maybe little by little, we're not asking anybody to fund a lot or do a lot. If everybody does what they have, in the right time, it'll happen. Universe brought us all together to be able to get to this step when we never knew each other. Universe brought us together. Universe has put this at our feet to go ahead and try to do to be heard. So you know what? If this takes a year, 2 years, 3 years, universe will guide us to where we need to be.
That's right.
Yep.
I believe it.
Oh, Angela, that'd be great. I appreciate it. Oh, did y'all see what he said?
I think a flyer is an excellent idea.
Absolutely. I can draw one up in 24 hours.
And the campgrounds, that's a good place to start. Thank you.
Yes, and it'll be nice to have somebody else's artwork, some different things. So, like I said, once I hit campus, I'm gonna talk about it in between classes and here and there. And, maybe eventually, if this really starts picking up movement, maybe see what it can take to possibly even have a talk there.
My daughter's an artist
And
too. My daughter's literally a legit artist, and she can make something happen.
you're
Believe me,
right,
she's
Peggy. It is
yeah.
baby steps.
Those look like Cub steps to me. Makes me smile.
Now, I've
What's
been
up,
part of
Todd?
I've been part of this channel for quite a while, many months. And when he brought this up, I did go look it up myself, and he is in fact right about this new doxing. So I'm not going to pull it up. I'm just going to pull up the stream, and we're going to hear it from my mic. So I want you guys to pay attention.
Yeah. I also learned something today on Google that I can no longer expose people's names unless they have used it on a social media account. Google has updated their new definition of doxing to not just include private information, but now they are saying it is doxing to give their legal name without consent. So I'm going to have to stop doing that because now that fits under the definition of doxing. So unless they have a Facebook profile or a Twitter profile or an Instagram profile that is using their legal name, I can't even expose legal names anymore. I can't expose people that are hiding behind fake accounts anymore because now that's called doxing. Well,
There you go. Do you guys hear that, or do I need to put out a clip of that? I already planned on putting that out.
Very clear.
So,
spread the word.
So in all fairness, now you guys know that is the definition of doxing. So now, since they enforce that new rule, I'd be very careful because that can get you in some trouble. Just saying. Go look it up. It's right there. Right on Google. See, I'm not going to put it out because why spoil the fun and do the work for you guys? No. I didn't put out the definition. I didn't go in to Google. I didn't take a screenshot and put it on a community tab. I played a video. Everybody in the chat, they can go and look for it themselves. I'm not going to do the homework for them.
Oh, so you're not snitching, you dry snitching.
So yes, I will put that clip out because that is good for people to hear because there's way too much doxing going on as it is.
Word.
And see, the community that I'm in, not just in my community where I'm in right now, okay, but in the other community that I'm in, there's a lot of it going on at this moment. And see, I don't clip doxing. That is like one thing that I will never, ever put on my channel, and that is doxing. I will expose it by calling it out, but as for uploading someone getting doxed, that's a no-no. That is a no-no.
It's nice to know that even you have limitations.
Oh, I've got a lot of limitations. I have my limits on who I watch. Or, well, not who I watch, because I watch a lot of channels. But I've got my limits on chats that I chat in. You know what? I wanted to bring something up. I forgot to bring this up, though. Now, we're talking about all these, people, these tragedy pimps. The one thing that I would like to touch on that this, petition and the whole tragedy pimp. Now, one thing that we really want to stop as well is people getting autopsy photos of victims.
Absolutely.
Yes, that shouldn't be public.
No, because we've already had one problem. Well, actually, make that two. We've already
Hmm.
I'm
had
sure.
one
I'm sure there's been
problem
more than
with
that.
what? Yeah. However, this was an 11-year-old boy who was unalived in the most horrible manner by his stepmother.
Right.
And one creator claims that when she put in the request for these um, this file, that the autopsy photos came with the file. I'm sorry, but I find it BS that she didn't get them. But the fact of the matter is, they shouldn't be given out when people get the filings of court docs. So that's one thing we need to stop as well.
And that's part of the mission is
Oh
a
shit! I'm sorry.
refuge
I put up the wrong link. I'm sorry. I put up the QR
from
code. My bad.
social media scrutiny. We seek to provide an internet privacy. Um, we want to hold people accountable and have consequences for the
Hmm.
harm that they've inflicted. We aim to protect the sanctity of privacy, grief, and hope.
I'm so sorry, Juju.
And
That's it right there. My bad. Go ahead. I'm sorry,
we
myself.
seek to stop social media platforms from exploiting the human tragedy and utilizing such as a cash revenue and channel building for private reward.
See, the whole thing with getting the autopsy photos and putting them out on social media. Now, it's already been laws already been passed in Florida when a 14-year-old was unalived by a schoolmate of hers. That's already been put in place. So it's good. That's good right there. Now we just gotta fixate on the rest of the United States to stop it. Now, just because you can't, yeah, I'm sorry, but I find it creepy for anybody that wants to look at the autopsy photos of an 11-year-old child. That's just my opinion. I find that creepy. I don't care if you want to go see for yourself if it's really true or not. And yeah, I'm going to voice my opinion. It's creepy. I wouldn't do it, but that's me.
One would think that the report itself, paper and words, would be enough proof. There'd be no need to actually share that with any of the public. That's just more than just revolting.
Especially when they've already been shown in the trial, and the trial was put out already on YouTube. And the autopsy photos were shown on YouTube during the trial. I mean, what more do you need?
And people paid to see them, and
Mm-hmm.
that person gained monetarily from something that was the worst possible thing that you can gain from. Like that's just immoral on so many different levels.
And the
What'd you
fact
drop?
that and the
I
fact
can't
that
have
she
anything nice.
and the fact that she had a 3-minute apology video. She
Right.
comes back. She comes back after a while, and what does she want to do? She wants to backpedal and say that everybody was attacking her left, right, and center, claiming that other people on social media were putting out those photos. No, they weren't, because see, myself included, I would have heard about it.
Right.
I would have heard it, because see, I'm everywhere on YouTube, all over the place.
That's why I'm Earth.
That's right. My name comes from somewhere.
She said everything the light touches is our kingdom.
What's that shadowy place? Oh, that's just the soap shop.
That's the Bronx. We don't go down there.
Where, let me tell you, when the earth moves, there I come. When the wind blows, you know I'm coming
Someone's
for a minute.
smoking.
So,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I
know
couldn't
I'm
help myself. I'm sorry.
That's all right, baby. That's all right. When the wind
man.
blows, you know I got a mission. But when you see fire, oh, it's not pretty. So there's that.
Where there's smoke, there's fire.
Overall, all this now with this creator is just bullshit because she's going back on her apology.
Right.
She doesn't care.
Well, as long as she's getting what she wants.
But now she wants to go after. Now she and her friend, they want to go after Brian Enton because of the misinformation part. Now, according to her friend, there's insider information that she got about Brian Enton. Now, what does that tell you? That you want to, because you get called out for your screw up, you want to go after a reporter that actually puts out the facts? Yeah, good luck with that. Oh, and by the way, I will slip this. I've already tagged him numerous times. Have fun with that.
Okay.
So I'm pretty sure he's well aware of what you guys want to try to do, but that's what we're trying to prevent is the end of putting autopsy photos out on social media. That goes for Patreon. That goes for Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, however many social media platforms are out there.
And let's not forget let's not forget for some people who don't know, just to touch upon something that I said like maybe an hour earlier, the internet is changing. For an example, Twitter is now being called X, though it's not really final. So anything can happen. You know,
yeah.
those photos can show up in any different formats in the same media. So it's one of those things where when you try to justify it and keep it, I want to say private, because obviously that's something that isn't need to be shown unless, you know, your job entails that. And with it being thrown out, if you stomp it on one media, it'll pop up in the other. And this cause will actually help stomp it in all medias, if possible. At least that's the goal.
Thank you, Juju,
Yes,
for
ma'am.
sharing it out. And
Yeah, I appreciate you.
And now when Elon took over Twitter, he put in something new.
Mrs. just couldn't help herself.
Hold on a second. No, because this is a good thing.
How many seconds do I have to hold? I have small hands.
Hold on a second, because this is a good thing, though. When Elon took over Twitter, what he put into effect is that the moment you start doxing people's information on Twitter, you are banned for good.
Right.
And what happens is it does track your IP if you try to make a new Twitter account. And the moment you try to sign up, boom, you're gone too. You can try to make a new account left, right, and center every single day, every 5 minutes. The moment you press enter, that account is gone. So you can't dox on Twitter anymore. That's the one good thing about that. Now,
Miss,
I'm gonna say, I'm not fond. Okay, I'm not fond of Elon. Okay, I'm not, but I do respect what he did on that part.
Right.
And
I
that's
mean,
what
a lot of
everything
villains
should
can
be.
have good ideas.
Yeah, that's true. But I wish
Julie,
that should go for. I think that should go for all social media. The
Julie
moment you
shared it to
dox
Leave It to
somebody,
Beaver.
the moment you dox anybody on any platform, that right there should be the end of your channel, your account, anywhere on social media.
Right.
Because doxing someone's information, their address, you're putting that person in danger.
Absolutely.
And you're slapping a label on yourself, because the moment you dox, you're gonna always be known as a doxer.
Right.
Read the webpage, sign it, share it, do whatever you feel that you can in your heart to try to truly help this movement and go forward instead of on a Rouge account going rogue, a rogue social
Going rogue on
media.
a Rouge account. Don't
Thank
wear
you, Free to
Rouge.
Be.
Yes, Free to Be is the best. We love you.
Thank
Free to
you,
Be is
Vinny
the
G.
best.
No offense taken. It was all greatly appreciated, so we could go ahead and get that corrected.
Yo, and I
Yes.
appreciate everybody that shared. Julie, Free to Be, Peggy for the donation as well. Dame Defer.
Same.
All
Yes.
of you guys, man.
Yes.
You guys are all amazing.
Thank you
So
guys. You
right
guys are
now,
truly
Together we can do
amazing.
anything.
it says we're at 27 signatures. Hey,
That's phenomenal.
it's still growing. It
In one
doesn't
day.
need to grow overnight. Anything that starts off too hot and heavy, it always fizzles out just as quick. So I'm okay with the slow, steady gain and momentum. Like I said, let's do it all organically.
That's it.
Yeah, let's grow some
Word of mouth.
possibilities.
There are some great possibilities out there to help share this and get this out there and maybe get it to some of the right people. So,
Hopefully.
every
Well, I just wanted to say, hopefully this video will help you pave the way.
one step at a time.
Free to Be, we love you too, honey.
For real.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing your story. Thank you for being a part of the channel. Thank you for helping get some of the momentum and the courageousness and true heart behind this movement.
And thank you for staying
I'm not laughing.
along with the journey.
We are streaming live on 3 channels right now. Isn't that
And
crazy?
it's the first time we've been able to share everything we've been working on.
Yeah,
And
today
finally
was the night that we came out with everything. So it's been a lot. It's been a lot tonight.
I gotta cut this short. I'm not a grifter. I still gotta go to work in the morning. I gotta pay my actual bills.
Yeah, I gotta work tomorrow too.
Yeah, I need to go to bed or unwind and then go to bed.
Hugs.
All right.
Thank you.
Everybody on panel, I appreciate it. Thank you.
No
It's
problem.
been great. Thank you for being part of this journey
Always.
and putting your heart and soul into it and the support, all the phone calls and everything. It's been just so appreciated. And hopefully it's just bigger and better things to come.
We're closing up. We're about to go to bed. But you know what doesn't sleep? That link that you see down below.
24/7, 365.
Yep. And thank you
here
so
it
much for
is.
allowing, us to actually help and share. Thanks for all of you viewers out there that are watching real time and later time. Hello, future people.
And this is
share.
for all of you, the replay crew. Enjoy. And
especially if you've hung in there this long.
Yes.
Word.
Yeah.
We feel worse for you guys.
Not really. We feel great. Just like that link that you see scrolling on the bottom of the screen. And I think that'll be my last one. Yeah.
And then my
just to make sure.
But thank you for everyone who stuck in with us. And thank you to the replay crew.
And
We
thank you
appreciate
to
it.
people Thank you for the people who are going to take this and go with it.
Oh,
Well,
would have it.
I'll
I
break
told
free
them you would
first.
post it.
You guys have a great night.
Yes, all of you
Spread the
guys.
love. Good
Spread the
vibes.
knowledge.
Remember, link
so
down
much,
below.
Panda.
Not a problem. It's my pleasure. And Panda out. Love, peace, chicken grease.
Love
Much
you.
love to all of you guys. And thank you for everything. And look,
Thank
I
you
went
for
one,
being here.
no problem. And look, I went one night without using foul language.
that is
Only a
bullshit. You
couple of
called me a
times.
dipshit 1,000 times.
You're a lying sack of crap.
See, you almost did it again.
But I only mentioned some foul language a couple of times.
I
But
did.
it's a plus. Oh my gosh. But anyway, thank you guys.
Earth, thank you for your participation and your support too.
Yes,
Of
thank you
course.
for all the nights of listening to me babble on the phone and ping
Absolutely.
ideas
Of
around
course.
with you. And
And all jokes
Of
aside,
course, Miss
I
Earth.
play around with you a lot, but I respect you a lot. And I
And
don't normally
as
respect
do I,
trolls.
Smallz.
I normally don't respect trolls, but your bridge is well lit.
Well, thank
I look
you.
forward to our next conference call. I'm going to say probably in about a week or two. And, just catch up on everything where everybody's at and what our next step or two we're going to take is.
Just let me
Absolutely.
know. Let me know in a few days in advance so I can clear my schedule and we'll go from there.
I don't have a schedule to clear. Just let me know. Just let me know like a little bit ahead of time so I can roll up.
All
And
right, then.
I'm just gonna say it could be open to possible new people. Like if Angela wanted to come in on a conversation or anybody else like that, just hit us up, let us know, and let's
This one
see,
right here.
know
This one right
Right.
here.
do.
Paloma. This one right here. She's a good one.
That's good.
She's the best. She's amazing. That's
Good
my
night,
hero.
Free.
That's my hero and my true inspiration right there. Paloma is.
Paloma Unstuck.
Mm-hmm.
Free to
She's
be.
absolutely amazing.
That's awesome.
Thank you for starting a movement.
Yes, Free.
But
Thank
you were
you.
part of truly giving a voice to this.
Absolutely. Free started this whole thing out.
Yes.
Free
Love you,
free
Free.
strength free strength is what brought us together. Because I didn't
And
know
took
Miss
it,
All right, Panda. Thank you. You
I
take it
didn't know
easy,
Miss
girl.
until this stuff.
no, not at all.
Uh-uh. No, not even a
And
little bit.
I was hoping Sarah could be here tonight. It was just such a frazzling day trying to get
I know I
everything
sent the link.
together.
I don't know why she didn't grab it.
Thank you, Paloma. She's going to share this out with her grief communities.
Thank you. I try to put a link in the chat like, hey, somebody drop Sarah a link. But I couldn't do it on my phone because I had the little, the little speech up that I still fumbled like twice.
Night, Panda. All right, guys. Y'all take it easy. Have a good night. Much love to everybody. And
night,
I'll see you
Earth.
guys around these YouTube streets. Good night, Missa. Good
All
night,
right,
Smallz.
good night.
Yeah, I'm out of here too. Panda's on her way to bed, so that means I have to go get a sandwich. So y'all, thank you guys, everybody, for your support. Peggy, Dom, for the donations.
Yes. Thank you so much.
We're gonna thank you guys all for your signatures, for sharing the videos and everything, for doing everything. And like I always say, take care of yourselves and take care of each other. We're all we got left. So there's nothing wrong with supporting a good cause. That's what it's all about. It's all about supporting a good cause. And this is the best cause that I've heard in a long time. And as a parent, I want to make sure my kids are safe and everybody else's kids are safe. And victims really shouldn't be exploited. I mean, would you like it if it was you? Put yourself in their shoes. Treat others how you want to be treated, and I guarantee your world will be a better place. Thanks, guys. Missa, hit me up. Let me know what's going on.
All right. Thank
All
you.
right. Later, guys.
And like he said, victims shouldn't be exploited. But sometimes if you're just a subscriber or you're a viewer, you don't even realize you've been a victim till you've already been exploited. So that's something to think about too. And Panda, Smallz, Earth, they've all gave great outros, endings to the evening. And I just want to thank everybody that's here, everybody that's going to take this and run with it, that's going to help the movement where this is going in the future. And I'm just glad that we can all do this. This isn't just a me thing. This wasn't me and just like a Smallz and a Sarah thing. This is like a everybody thing. This is something we are doing together. We didn't start this movement. We just took it up another notch. So once again, hopefully we can come back together and try to do some justice, try to take this somewhere, try to, our end goal's DC. So everybody have a good night, and everybody thank you for being here.